And just like that, I'm live. Hello, waiters. I saw that there were two people waiting, and it was only about 3 minutes to go. So, hi. I am actually here trying to figure out my camera setup again, and I can't seem to get it far enough forward today. Can anybody hear me? Hello, are you there? Says that there are 13 people here, but I don't see any chat. Ah, there it is. Oh, hello, Zarget. Hello, Kate. Hello, Shirley, and Be Bright, and Susie, and Kim T. And can you hear me? Can you see me? You can see and you can hear. Oh, good. Hi, Joey. Hi, Jody. Hi, everybody coming in. These were all here for the same reason that Dee Dee does it, because there's always this. And the funny thing about it is I never use that thumbnail. I always go to something else. All right, good. All right, so I'm seen and I'm heard. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Patty. Thank you, everybody, for coming. It is so cool to see everybody here. Hi, Nia. And I'm so excited that I get to feature my guest artist today. And hopefully you all saw yesterday's video, and I went ahead and included all the links again in this video. So if you look down in the description, you'll find out where all of Rob's art is. Hi, Karen. Guess I should probably put that cigarette out, huh? Because sorry. Shame on me being a bad influence. Coffee's hot. All the inks are out. And so we've got our Derwent Inktense and our Distress inks. And hi, Elizabeth. Nice to see you. Hi, Natalie. Trying to turn the computer so I can see it a little better. Oh, absolutely, Kate. Lurk away. I know it's bedtime for the kids. And so I've had a good and a busy couple days. I wanted to show you. I did finally finish this last night, and so this is my finished version of our little Spica with her background, and I added some of May's sparkles, the white Posca sparkle method that she and I use the gel pens, the glitter gel pens, the hybrid Pantels for this butterfly. Let's see if I can find your Instagram. Okay. Lurking until you're the upload. Oh, okay. Oh, so you're on a little tiny screen, Susie? Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't watch videos on my phone, but I, like you, use my phone when my computer is, excuse me, is busy doing something else. So I completely get that. Oh, good. Okay, Kim. As long as you're coloring and you want to lurk, that's perfectly fine. Heck, you can be like vacuuming the living room and lurking. That's fine too. Thank you, Natalie. And I wanted to give a shout out again to Melinda, who was, who is of course the reason why I have these distress inks to begin with. But yesterday, she she apparently she does read the descriptions of my videos because she found my PayPal tip jar and made a donation. So I thought that was very kind of her. So thank you, Melinda. I will put that to very good use somewhere here on the channel. And I don't advertise that because I don't, I feel kind of funny about it, but it's there. And of course, y'all know that I'm a firm believer that the best way to support an artist that you like is to buy their work. So, okay, all right. So let's do this. Thank you for those advanced thumbs up, the 7 of you that have done that. That is very nice. That means that. This is the page that we are going to color from Rob's books. Now, I did contact Rob. He was going to try and stop by, but I think he might also work today because he, like a lot of artists, has a real job too. So I'm hoping that he will be here. But for those of you who this may be their first time, of course, I am an artist who draws coloring books, but who also believes in supporting other artists in their endeavors. And Robert Roskam is a marvelous artist. He has an active Facebook group over on Facebook, of course, called the Fans of Robert's Illustrations and or the Fans of Rob Roskam. I'm not sure which, but there's a link to it down in the description. Then he also has, of course, his artist page. Now, what I didn't mention yesterday is in both places, if you look in his albums, you go to photos and then albums, look for the one that says freebies. And basically, there's a few freebies from each of his books in that album. So, if you can't afford to buy something from him right now, then you can, at least get a page to color, or, if you want to try out his line art. Thank you, Shirley. And hi, Kenneth. And hi, Shirley. So, okay, I'm trying to read the chat here. And so today we are going to be experimenting. This will be my absolute first time. As you can see, every one of these pads is clean. I've never used these before, so I'm going to try and use these. These are the Tim Holtz Distress inks, and I'm going to use these to do a background, and then we are going to color with the Inktense. Now, I almost at the last minute changed it to, hi, Anne. Thank you for coming. And Shannon. Good morning, Shannon. I almost changed it to Prismacolors because I had an idea, but then I thought, no, I'm going to stick with the Inktense right now because I know that there are a lot of people who just got Inktense and are just learning them. So, and I am just learning them. So we can practice together. And good morning, Grace. Although I do have to say it is afternoon here on the East Coast of the United States. I believe it is still morning for those on the West Coast. And all right, so let's get started. How about that? This is going to be so fun. Now, I do use a lot of these Bulldog clips, and the first thing I usually do is clip my work down to something harder. In this case, it's a copy of my book, Flowers and Flyers, for those of you who might not know. But I want to, since I'm going to use these inks and I want to take them off the edge of the page, I've gone ahead, hang on, I have 8 pages left till I complete the main pages in Fantasy Flower Garden. Wow, Pickle, that's great. I haven't even colored that many in that book. I think I've maybe colored 3. Uh-oh, Grace. Well, prepare yourself. And yeah, so giving these a try will be a brand new thing. And I remember watching Anne give them a try for the first time. And so I don't know if this will work for me or not, but I suspect that it might. Not another art supply, according to those who live with you. Yeah, well, Grace, I've heard you say that before. So you obviously have a method of bringing them around. I'm going to bring you down here just a little bit, and we'll see what we can see. Y'all have this weird shadow right about here on your screens. I have a weird shadow. Hi, everybody coming in. If I miss saying hi to you, please forgive me. I am doing my best to kind of watch and keep track. And I think I only have one mod right now. So okay, now, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to use some antique linen and some well, actually, I got out the 3 browns. So that's antique linen, vintage photo, walnut stain, and the mustard. And I toyed a little bit with maybe adding some of this seedless preserves. And so I don't know, but I'm going to start with something safer. So the safest thing I can think of is the antique linen. So let's give this a try. All right. So that's what it looks like. And this is the pad. And if I remember correctly, you're supposed to kind of mush your thing down on top of it. Now I'm not doing the whole pad because what I want to do is I think I've watched Karen enough, Karen over at Zucchini Kitty, to know that this stuff is very subtle and that you just sort of brush it on with this little pad using an angle. And so you can't really see. Okay, so obviously, okay, so it works just like a stamp pad. And I guess maybe after you've used these for a while, it will start to sort of build up. But yeah, it's laying down color. That's for sure. Hmm. Oops. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm getting the hang of it. Circular motion, it will blend better. Okay. Karen goes in circles and it seems so smooth. Like this. Oh, yeah. I can see how that would work better. Okay. And I'm sorry about this shadow, guys. All right. So let's try a little over here. Yeah, I can see how this would build up. I mean, it's like you would have to you work on it a little bit, and I imagine that as you work, you get better at it. That circular motion is helping, guys. Thank you very much. Well, hi, blue petal. No, hang on. Blue Petal Media, whose name I don't have written down. I was confusing you with Blue Finger, who is Sung. Hi, May. Thank you for being here. Hi, Lisa. We're it's okay. So everybody, this is me taking these distress inks out for my very first use on a page that I'm coloring for guest artist or with that is the art of uh, my featured artist Robert Roskam. And so I'm using these for the very first time. And this, once again, is the all right. Now I'm actually using the whole pad and more just sort of going for it. And actually, I can see because this is just the first part of this. I'm going to be adding darker colors, but I thought that I would start with this shade. This is so wonderful, you guys. Thank you all for coming on a Sunday. And so, yeah, these are very subtle inks, but they're very cool. I mean, I can certainly see the appeal of the sort of subtle tinted background, and I mean it looking like a hot mess right now, but I suspect that as we get further into it, it will look a lot better. Sorry, coloring off screen there. Oh yeah, that works nicely. Okay, I like that. And as I suspected, once your pad starts to get a little more saturated, it works a little bit better. Oh, thank you, Grace. Thank you. That I had so much fun. Now, are you talking about Spica, or are you talking about the two dragons? My little Spica girl. I set her down somewhere, and now I can't find her. There she is. This one, Grace, is that the one? Yeah, I like the texture it's making too, May. That is so cool. Well, I don't know that I'm doing it better, Anne. I'm just probably I'm a little more comfortable with wet media than you are. How about that? Because it's I don't know. I've just never been afraid to try new things, and neither are you. I know. Uh, yeah, this is very cool. I'm liking this. I am liking the way that this is gonna like look, and I can see how you could get really into this, and I mean it takes a little while, takes a little bit to to actually get some color down on it, but I think it's really cool. All right, so I mean I can continue the other side, but let's try also a darker shade. And so let's go to the next one up, which is this vintage photo. So I'm thinking that this is more like a sepia color. And I am a vibrant color lover, as you know, and so yeah, the subtleties can sometimes be lost on me. But now I really am trying a. I'm just using the very edge of this as I'm getting. Whoa, that I should not have done. All right, so that was a boo boo. We'll see if I can blend that out. So you really do have to be very soft with this. Yeah, that might have been that might have been too much. Yeah, I think. Hmm. Well, I don't know. We'll keep with it here. Just like everything else, it's a learning experience. And I'll bet you when it dries, it looks pretty good because this is a wet medium. So hi Loretta, hi Andrea, hi Ollie, hi Nanamo. Um, okay, yeah, just like before. I mean, you gotta kind of practice with it and get it a little a little more subtle as you go. Hmm. Still looking a little like a hot mess, but That's half the fun of coloring, is coming back from a hot mess. Color glitter pens. I can't believe how juicy they are. I'm definitely going to be able to blend more. Oh, how cool. Very cool. Bye, Grace. Are you leaving? Or is Shannon leaving? Whoever's going. Oh, hi, Melinda. You missed my thank you earlier. Thank you, Melinda, very much for your. Um, I'm going to be thinking of ways to thank donors. And like Dee Dee does, and Sammy does, and stuff like that. So bear with me while I figure out what I'm going to do. It'll obviously have something to do with drawings. Okay, yeah, all right. So as you work with this, you really do. You kind of get more the hang of it, and even something like this. I mean, we can figure out a way to work with that. And I am discovering that the more ink that the more you work with a pad and the more the ink sort of has a chance to spread out in the pad, it's working quite a bit better. Um, well, it always comes as such a surprise to me, Melody, and so I just thank you, thank you, and that's all I can say is thank you, and that I will put it to good use. Okay. All right. I am liking this. I am liking this very much. It's kind of a really cool kind of texture. Um, and I'm wondering if I use a little bit of the brown in here. Because I'm cool with modeled textures. And I'm going to be going over most of the greenery with ink tints anyway. So if I get a little bit on, someplace where I don't really intend it to go, that's okay. Oh boy, I'm like a kid with a new toy. I'm loving it. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Ooh, these are fun. These are really fun. All right. I'm going to go back to and I'm still using the same pad. And the reason why is because I want these colors to blend together. Oh, see, now this is much more yellow now. Look at that. Over the brown, this is much more yellow. Oh, I wasn't using the yellow before. Okay, got it. Okay. Ah. I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. Look at this is the yellow, the mustard seed over it. Oh, I love the way that this looks. Kind of mottled around like that. Pretty fall colors. Ah. Oh, this is fun. This is so much fun. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh no. Um, you know, Tina, you might want to have him looked at. You don't want that to go into pneumonia or anything like that. Gets better soon. Oh, Melinda, me too. Me too. I love this. I had the same reaction to Derwent Inktense. I can tell you, the first time that I tried those, I was like, "Oh, these are so fun." Because coloring should be fun, everybody. If you aren't having a good time, you are not doing it right. And and now I'm going back to the because I mean I'm in for a dime, in for a pound here. I'm going for the other side. So this is what we're doing so far, and and I am loving it. I am loving it a lot. And once again, I'm still using this same pad because why jump off the horse now? I'm sort of working it a little bit in between the leaves, and as I'm getting more comfortable with the ink on the pad and how it is reacting. Oh, Zucchini Kitty, are you here? This is such fun. She she's the one that she's the one that made me take this art medium seriously for something other than just cards. Just making greeting cards or something like that. Because have you all seen what she can do? Uh, I honestly do not know, Tina, if there is. I would imagine that, yeah, I mean, I would have to think that you could use it on any ink pad. So if you were to go get a bunch of blank pads, because there are unsaturated ink pads that you can buy, that first use is likely to drink up an awful lot of the ink that you have. But yeah, I would think that you could do it. And then, of course, they make the applicators in all sorts of sizes. Um, but I happen to have an old set of these. They're about, probably a quarter-inch square, and each one of them has what they are their initial stamps, and so they have like initials on the ends of them. And I was thinking about peeling off those initial stamps and and gluing on a piece of Velcro, and then cutting some of the these little pads, because they sell these separately, down, and making, excuse me, more customized shapes of pads for these, rather than, because why, I, you know me, why spend the money on something new if you already got something that will work? Be bright, I don't either. I'm with you. They can keep their flu shot as far as I'm concerned. It would just make me sick. And I have not been sick since 2007 was the last time I even had a head cold. Hopefully you guys are not bored to tears here. Ooh, 39 people. Wow. That's terrific. Thank you, everybody. Ooh, and 24 likes. That's wonderful. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And I know Rob appreciates it too. And this, by the way, I should probably say, is the artwork of Robert Roskam. He is the guest artist being colored today, so that give you guys a little respite from my art, from my only coloring my own art. And this is the maiden voyage of these beautiful distress inks that subscriber Melody was kind enough to send me this year. Or not Melody, Melinda, sorry. Okay, now for the next color. I am loving this. This looks really good from this end, guys. Yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, now, oh, no, I was going to do a little of this. As I'm getting more comfortable with these. I might have to mute you or mute me for a second. Be right back. Okay, I think that's better. Sorry about that. Just had to cough my head off for a second. Okay. So then we'll add a little of the vintage photo again. And hopefully do it better than I did on this side. Thank you, Mia Bear. And hi, Mia Bear. I apologize that I'm missing the chat, everybody. I'm all excited about these new oh, that, yeah, that, okay. That was better. That, okay, so that gives me a feel for it. That's why she always starts it off the page, because that's where that initial uh, thing goes. If you start off the page and then come in, and that way you miss that half moon shape. And you get the darker color on the edge where you really want it. See, we learn to use these tools as we actually use them. Wouldn't it be nice if we had those helmet things that we could just download and suddenly be expert at whatever new thing we wanted to try was? Okay, and now some yellow or mustard seed, which is a nice vibrant color. I'm going to add some in here too. Just sort of here and there. Because once we go over it with the Inktense, whatever color it is, as long as it's not darker, should fade out. Whoops. Was probably more than I needed. I sure hope I can pull this off, guys. Okay. I had one of the ladies in my group say the other day, she says, well, Christine, you've been telling us for years that you can't color. And I said, yeah, because I thought I couldn't. It's like I didn't know I could draw either. So here we are. All right. I'm liking it. I am liking it a lot. Hi, Kenny. Hi, Debs. Hi, Charlotte. I'm just looking for names that my brain is saying I didn't say hi to. Okay, so I think I'm going to call the background okay for right now. I might come back in and tweak it. It did go a little more yellow than I had intended, but I think we're going to be able to work with that. And I know that I should clean off my little, and I did that all with just one of these and these three inks, the antique linen, the vintage photo, and the mustard seed. So, and then I have all these other colors as well, but I don't think that I'm going to work them in today. So there's purple, and this, by the way, was the #1 set of, it's three, if you order the set, from Amazon. It's the three collections. It's the number 1, number 2, and number 3. Each one has 4 inks in it, and it comes all packaged as a deal. And so that's what these are. And these are the sample size pads. They do make larger pads, and of course they make tons of tools and all kinds of stuff. So Distress inks, yes. And oh, there's Spica again. For anybody who didn't get to see her, there's my little Spica with her little sparkly butterfly. Oh, May. May, you weren't here when I showed. Look, May, all your sparkles. I did sparkly butterflies just like you. Only I think I put too many sparkles on them. But and then Kenny, you weren't here. There's the dual metallic Pentel ink pens. I used it all here. All right, Spica has to go in the corner now. And anybody who wants to see the drawing that I'm working on now, it is available. By the way, you can also, here is something really cool, and maybe we'll do it. I'm just going to what I'm doing is I'm just dripping some water on, and then I'm going to, I might have let it dry too long, but it leaves these cool watermarks in your ink. They look like water droplets. We'll see if that did anything other than just make a mess. All right, so all right, so now let's put these clips on, and we'll actually color with some ink pens and see if we can't bring this together. All right, now I am all okay. Camera is all wigged out. There we go. I saw somebody do this the other day. They had an ink or a Derwent product. Derwent makes, I'm sorry, the English make lovely tins. Usually these are an exception. The tins do not fit well together and they fall off. When you drop them, they all fall on the floor. So I have to tie mine together so that doesn't happen. But it does make a handy place to hold both sets of pencils in a rigid way. So these are the Derwent ink tents. For those that might not have ever seen them before, you've been living under a rock. But let's start with the strawberries. And I always, if you're a regular watcher of my channel, you know that I always use a swatch book, no matter how well I know my tools, and mostly so that you guys can see too. And I thought I'd start with the strawberries. And strawberries are more of a orange red usually than a red. So I thought I would use the poppy red, which is more to the orange side of red, as my main color for the strawberries. So I will locate that. There it is, poppy red, number 400. But then I also want to use the apple green, which is for the side of the strawberry that would be away from the uh, sunlight, because it's likely to be more green on that side. So I'm going to use, in this case, the way that Rob has shaded it, I am going to use the red for the shaded part, the darkest part. And I'm going to use the green on the lighter part. It seems counterintuitive, but okay. And then I'm going to put some green down in here. Let me zoom you down. Make sure that I am, is the focus fuzzy or are we okay? Let me just, okay, that's looking a little bit better. Okay, clear from there. Okay. All right, Kenneth. Have a safe week driving, and we'll see you hopefully next, either in a stream or next Sunday. And oh, that's something that I was going. Did anybody watch Dee Dee's show, her impromptu on Friday, and then go check out Curiosity Inc.? Well, at any rate, I did. I went and checked out because I wanted to see the story of the hoarder house, and I also wanted to see the story that Dee Dee had mentioned about Adam, the homeless man who brought the Disney cell in, and he sold it for a bunch of money and gave him half. What a wonderful channel. Oh my goodness. It is, I have been so addicted to watching that channel all weekend long. I've been watching, when I can, and I love it. Absolutely love it. This did not work out as the way I had thought it was going to, but that's okay. We'll fix it. I shouldn't have brought it down on this side. So instead of green, we are just going to go ahead and make that whole strawberry red, because red is a stronger color. And we'll try it again with the next one. Oops. Okay. I see that Lisa got her video up. Lisa, I just got your notification that you had a new video. Okay, and now this time I'm going to go the green all the way over here instead of in the center, and see if I can make this work a little better for what I have in mind. Whoops. Which is, you got to get the center part wet first, and then go into your ink. Yeah, now see, that worked out better. Yay, okay. I love it when a plan comes together. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. And I get 2 more shots. There's 2 more strawberries to get it perfect. See, May, I'm learning. I'm learning that you don't have to put the color everywhere, just along the places that are darkest. Then you can blend it in. Uh, oh, Becca, yes. Oh, good. Good, yes. That's why I put that up. I put that up yesterday in hopes that people would go learn about Rob and his art. Rob is from the Netherlands originally. He went to art school. He currently lives in Canada with his partner. And uh, I first became aware of him. I don't even remember why. I think I saw somebody color something of his, and I liked it enough to where I went, "Who is that?" And of course, then I found him, and at the time, oh, maybe he came up as an Etsy recommendation. At any rate, I bought his chickadee book. The book with the chickadees in it. I bought that right off the bat. I mean, and absolutely love it. I always buy the PDFs when I can, and then over the months, I've been collecting the PDFs whenever I can. And thank you, May. Uh, I need a little bit more here. That one didn't come out quite as smoothly as I wanted it to, so I'll take a little bit off the brush and smooth that out a little. Okay, and I've just been enamored of his work ever since. Now, I will tell you that he is at work on Botanica 3 now. Now, one of the things that I really like about his work is that it not only does it come in black on white, but it also, each book has the same drawings, white on black, which is a stunning effect. A really, really stunning effect. Now, I did not print those because my printer is running low on ink, and so I didn't want to print a black one off. Uh, but they do come that way as well. So if you prefer the black on white, you can print that. You can print them both. You can do whatever. But yeah, his books are a great value, and they really are discount. Oh, I did mean to mention that. I noticed that in the verbal uh, comments that I made in the yesterday's video, that I had said they were $1.26. They're $1.36. My apologies to everybody, and especially to Rob. But his individual pages are only $1.26 or 36, and his books are just amazingly priced. I bought Botanica 1, which I've had on my wish list at Amazon forever, and I bought the PDF yesterday, and in preparation for today's show. And and I was shocked at how little it cost. So before Rob comes to his senses and raises his prices, you should go grab his work. Plus, I like to, you know, when I first came out with the idea of, drawings, it was Jason Hamilton who actually reached out to me. And he added me to his coloring group, or not to his coloring group, but to his author support group. And I just suddenly found myself a member of it, and then he's done so much to help other artists that I learned from him the art of passing that along. You know, if we are in a position where we're enjoying some success, it's good to pass that along and feature other artists, uh, certainly in hopes that they will pass it along to other people. But even if they don't, if it's somebody that you really like, yeah, you should. I really think you should. Okay, now I wanted to do these. I can't decide if these are blueberries or purple berries. They're certainly uh, they're certainly both. They can be both, um, but I think that they should be blueberries. And so I was going to use uh, I know it's really hard for you guys to tell the subtle differences there on the. I think I'm going to use Lagoon and Violet for the berries. Yeah, I believe in paying it forward too. It is, I mean, when that sort of all goes back to that landmark training though. The guy who made the movie Paying It Forward uh, did that, wrote the movie right after he had done a landmark forum. And it was not the one that I was in, it was a different one, but the not colored part first, then working our way into the ink up. We'll know better when these are dry whether or not this worked. Oh yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Although yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. What do you guys think? An okay color mix? I like that. Okay. So this is the Lagoon. And the Violet. And this one is the violet and the lagoon. See if that will work or not. I love it. I love Inktense. It is magic on a page. I am really having fun, guys. I am really, really having fun here. I gotta tell you, I love my job. Okay. Oh, let's see. Now it would be darker in there because that's where the sun can't get to, because these little guys are. Okay. Darker up here in the little corners. Okay. And around the shady edges. This is a pretty page too. Of course, I'm a sucker for botanicals. I love botanical work, which is one of the things that I loved about Rob's work, but also the fact that he not only does he do botanicals, but I mean, look at Raspberry Hill, which is full of, it's the story of the hedgehog and all of the little creatures who live on Raspberry Hill. I just think it's so creative, and his wildlife work. Now, he hasn't done a book about that yet, but I believe that he is adding birds into Botanica 3. And when he sits down to actually seriously draw a bird, not, that isn't just a chickadee or something like that, it's, it's gorgeous. It is really gorgeous. He did a series of drawings. I don't think he's included them in anything, but they were animals that were set in like these sort of offset boxes, and people didn't really like them to color them, but as far as artwork goes, they were just gorgeous. Okay, now just wetting the white places and then working the color down into the white places. If you need me to zoom in, I can. I certainly can, but I think you can see from up there. Yeah. By the way, guys, I only print with just a regular inkjet printer. I did not print this with a laser. If you let an inkjet printer, if you let the line drawings just dry, or if you let it dry, it doesn't run. The ink doesn't run. But you got to let it sit for about 24 hours. Okay. I'll probably want to add something to these, a little more color, maybe a red or a pink. But I want them to dry first. Just to give them a little glow. A little really pretty glow. Hi to anybody that has come in that I have missed their coming in. It isn't personal, I promise. I've just had my attention absorbed here in trying not to make a fool of myself coloring a guest artist's art. It's one thing if I do it with my own art. It's another if I make another artist's work look terrible. And we use the new medium too, so I really like those distress inks. I can hardly wait to play more with those. Karen can actually color with them. Zucchini Kitty can actually color books with them. Which I think is amazing. Oh, I like the way those look. I really love that. I think they're good colors. Ink card. Oh, lucky you. Absolutely. That's what I have too, Pamela. I have the NB 4500. Paid $80 for it. I opted for the one that just has the touch screen, and it's a scanner, it's a fax machine, it's a copier, it does whatever you need it to do, and it prints beautifully, and the ink doesn't run. Okay, so I'll quit talking and I'll get these other berries done. I wanted to try and do this in one stream, and we are already at an hour and 15, so I can tell that maybe I should move on to a leaf or two and save these for later. Or continue this on a pre-record. I'll go for as long as I can, but I always like to let people have a little bit of a break between May and me so that we can, get something to eat, have a potty break, get a cup of coffee. Although I don't imagine that the Europeans are drinking very much coffee at this hour. Travel pants set 2, has different colors than the first set. Well, I almost ordered that. I don't remember what it came in, the scroller box or whatever, but I almost subscribed and tried to buy just that box. that first Derwent travel set came in, I I would buy one of those, but I never travel anywhere, so I realized that as long as I have the Inktense, I didn't really need to buy it. So I never did order it. I spent a lot of time talking myself out of things. It's like, sure, I could buy it, but do I really need it? Do I have a workaround? Okay. I am going to uh, stop doing berries now and do a leaf so that you can help me pick colors for the leaves. Or probably more realistically, I can tell you what color I'm going to be using for the leaves. So let me put my pencils back in a place where I can readily find them again. Okay, so there's the apple green. I always use apple green in my leaves, no matter what. It is my light color in the Inktense. And I had actually already picked out the Ionian green for the dark shade. That I wanted to use. Of course, I did not put it back. There it is. So there's the Ionian green, which is number 1320. The apple is number 1400. So it'll be this green. Whoops. There we go. Now you can see it. This green, the apple green, for and probably the felt green for these large leaves, which are pretty dark. Uh, strawberry leaves are usually pretty dark. And then these, I was going to do more in the olives. Yeah, and I wanted to try and keep it that way, Charlotte. Although I'm not a huge fan of muted colors normally, I think that with this, it almost calls for it with this kind of smoky background. And I suspect that I will work on this background a little bit to kind of take down the yellow just a tad. But, okay, so, whoops. So I'm just going to go up the center spine with this and out the veins with the dark. And maybe just a tiny bit, not all of them, but just a few of these from the side. Rob is actually a stunning colorist. And when he colors his own work, it is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. He colored something of mine the other day. It just kind of made me cry. It was so beautiful. And of course, he and I share a cover artist. He also admires the coloring work of Virginia Sanders Cole, and so has asked her to color the cover of his next book, uh, or to at least submit a coloring for it. So then I'm just putting just a tiny bit of the apple green. And it's not the one I want. I want the medium brush. And I notice that I'm being very delicate with this. Uh, this one of the reasons I think that I never have any trouble at all using water mediums on any kind of paper, except probably tissue paper, is that I'm really super light with the brush. And note how I only ever go one direction. I never try and do this with water, with any kind of medium, let alone, I don't do it with pencils. I don't do it with markers. I don't do it with anything. I never ever use that scrubbing motion. I use circles and all of that, but I never use that scrubbing motion. And consequently, I never pill my paper. Ooh, how's that for a pretty leaf? That actually looked like I knew what I was doing. Hi, Sammy. Really? Hang on. I gotta I gotta go back and verify. Oh my gosh. Hiya, Sammy. It really is you. Welcome to my live stream. I am coloring the art of Rob Roskam with Derwent Inktense, and we've done a background with my very first time using Distress inks. So I picked a good one to come to. Okay, now I like the way that leaf turned out. Yes? Anybody? Yeah, I think it looks great. Okay, so we're gonna try it again on this one over here because that was really just an experiment. And I love it when a plan works out. Oops. Choosing my best angle here. And just adding a few little bits and bobs into the edges with the Ionian green. since I'm terrible at coloring anything but a different, but the angles that I'm comfortable with. So I spin my book, just a little bit on the outside. Then I've got my medium green, which is that's the Ionian. This is the felt green. So now I'm just adding a few of those in. And then the last one, my lightest shade, just going to add a few little strokes of the apple green in. And then take my and I'm starting with just doing the darkest. And then I'll move up to the middle shades, or out to the edges where I put those middle shades. And finally, into the center. And yet, you just saw me do that scrubbing motion. So there's the key. Never say never. It was more just trying to blend those together. Never say you never do something if you never do. If you're going to turn around and do it 5 minutes later. And just want to make sure I'm preserving that blend, or the way that it goes. Okay, yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that one too. These are turning out nice. Oops, I've lost the live chat. Hang on just a second, guys. There we go. Now I can see it. Why am I a bad girl? Wait a second. Why am I a bad girl, Donna? What have because because I did what I said I wasn't going to do. Yeah, I know. Shame on me. That's okay. You're a forgiving bunch of girls and guys. I know you are. I try never to screw up, but Lord knows I have never mastered that. Okay. I am absolutely addicted to this particular piece, guys. I am really enjoying coloring this. It's just nice to, it's nice to have an excuse to color someone else's art on camera. I do it certainly in my private time, but I was thinking, well, it wouldn't, but featuring a guest artist, that's just perfect for me. Okay, I'll do this one. Plus, I just admire Rob's work. I really do. And just admire the work itself. You know, it's beautifully drawn. He cares about what people think, about what he draws. He draws for himself, but for he draws what he wants to draw, but he cares that he does it well. There are so many artists out there that throw something together and think it ought to sell. And then you got guys like Rob who do such a good job, but he rarely has time to go out and market himself or uh, or tell you about his books. So it's all been sort of word of mouth. And that's the way a lot of artists like myself without big marketing budgets have to go about it. And we have to market ourselves and count on other people to market us too. Okay. And this is the apple green. So back to just adding a little bit into those center areas. And what I like about this technique is that um, the light looks like it would be hitting on a real leaf, and because it wouldn't be smooth, it would be rippled with the veins and the internal goings on in the leaf itself, and this medium is just absolutely perfect to capture that. And you can see it takes a quarter of the time that it would take for me personally to be able to color it with pencils. Because it's just simple strokes and then the water to really sort of make it pop. Yeah, I love to play. I really do. And I am loving this. I am loving this. I really am. I really like those um, those distress inks. I want to play with those a lot with all those different colors. And then they make tons and tons. And apparently, those sampler sets, there are, I think there's 3 sets of them. There might be more. Sammy, you got them. So you might know how many of those sampler sets of because I got a kit that had the first 3. The 1, 2, and 3 came in one kit. But I want to say I think there are 12 sets of 4, but I could be wrong. There could be more. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so now we have a raspberry, and I'm at an hour 36. So I'm going to go for another like 10 minutes, which should then give everybody time to get, to get a little food, a little coffee, a little into your jammies, whatever it is that you're going to get to watch May. Excuse me. What color? I want to do the raspberries in a raspberry color. So let's see, do I have a raspberry color? Oh, I certainly do. How about the red violet? Let's see if this is, nope, that's the mauve. Ooh, that's the Shiraz. That might work. Let me see. That's the thistle. That's the deep violet. Where is the, that's the fuchsia. Hey, dusky purple. Where is the red violet? Well, now that looks counterintuitive, doesn't it? This is another one where the color in the tube does not match the color on the outside. This is the red violet. So let's just do half of these babies. And it doesn't really matter which half I do, because what I want these to be is the center is what I want to be the lightest. So we'll try that and see if that works. The first one is always a learning curve. These are tiny, so I'm going with the smallest brush that I have. Drop her a yeah, does anybody know if Shalene is gonna, because I know May and I have both sort of always tried to be very accommodating of Shalene's schedule to be here, but I can always tweak these later. But that does not show up well on camera, but trust me, it's pretty. So maybe we'll do that one, that color, and then we'll also do a Shiraz. Because there's no rule that says that berries on a berry bush all have to be the same color. If you look at a berry bush, oftentimes it will have red and black and pink and all sorts of berries in various stages of ripeness. So why not mix up your colors? be creative. If you want green berries, make green berries. And if you want, I don't know, what's an out there color for a berry? Oh, bye, Kenny. Thank you for being here, my dear. Thank you for everything you do, my dear. Everything. And bye, Caroline. Okay. Wait a second. I'm confused now. Okay. This is so cool. Oh, yeah. See, now that works really well with the other color, too. Because that's a slightly redder. This one is a little more purple. And I realize it probably could use a little more color. It does not look as good as it could. Oops, there it is. This is just too weird. This weird color. If you ever want to zhuzh your colors up, take them directly off the brush. That will do it. Okay. So I think we've covered everything except these leaves. And I was going to do those in the light olive and the leaf green. So I can just show, well, actually, yeah, with a little bit, of course, of the, because I always like to use just a little bit of the apple green. So I'll do this one really quick. And so this is my light olive. This is my, oh, actually, I think I wanted to use the fern, the light olive and the fern, not the leaf green. The fern, okay. Yeah. Okay, so the fern is my second color. My light olive is my darker color. So I'm going to use my seam here, come up a little bit there. And use the fern a little bit up here. And so the two leaves are different colors from each other. And then for the kind of barky bits, I was just going to go ahead and use like an oak, probably an oak color. With a mustard. So trying to find the oak. Bark, dark chocolate, madder brown, red oxide. I've lost my oak somewhere. Oh, there it is. Again, counterintuitive. The lightest one is not what it is in the book, but so this is the lovely mustard. So I just use a little bit of that kind of in there. Now, a lot of the stems are going to be green, but these are the barky bits of the blueberry bushes where the blueberries are hanging. So I can do that really quick, and then we'll call this a stream, and I'll finish it off stream. So I just made one side dark and the other side light. So it would give it a little dimension. So just like that. Wait, almost no color. Oh, you're having trouble with pencils, Donna. What pencil are you having difficulty with? Just the fern. In what set? The Derwent Inktense? Yeah. May does not love orange. That's funny. Okay, everybody. So, well, I had hoped to get a little further, but as you can see, this is what we have done today. Oops. Oh, darn. And I could absolutely keep going, but like I say, I want May to go on time, and I want people to be able to have a little break, including me, because I'm a mod for her, before it starts. So I do hope that you enjoyed today's guest spot. If you have artists that you would like to see me feature in a guest spot, do let me know. I can't guarantee you that I will choose them, but if you have artist friends that are putting out books and maybe want to, it's got to be an independent, not not somebody who's got a commercial publisher. But I'd be happy to try and do what I can for that. All right. Katrina, thank you very much. And by the way, Katrina, thank you for being here. I don't even think I saw and acknowledged you earlier. And to anybody that came in that said hi that I didn't get back to, my personal apologies. I will reread the chat to see what I missed and all of that. But know that you weren't ignored. I don't ever ignore anybody, and that it was merely concentrating on my part. So I hope you enjoyed this Sunday special stream. Next Sunday, I will be showing you more new arts of my own, and we'll find something pretty to color. Uh, so, and thank you, Sammy. Thank you for being here. Uh, and, and shout out for all that you do to teach us the stuff that you've been able to learn in this wonderful, uh, world of coloring. And I want you to know that I really appreciate that you do that. And because I mean, I've learned a ton from you. I've just learned a ton from you. I may not color faces, but you blend beautifully. Uh, and so, well, everybody will see you at May's stream. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. Be sure, whenever you want to subscribe to a channel, all you have to do is hover over the name of the person, and then the three little dots out there that appear floating at the end of their name. Just click those, click go to channel, and subscribe. So, and you do that right from where you are. It doesn't take you out or anything. And there's a link to May's stream. Thank you, May. And there, like I say, there are links to Rob Roskam's art, his Facebook groups, and every place that I could think of, including a really stunning speed coloring that was done by Belinda over at Faithful Girl 1978 using Copics. I highly recommend people look at that just for gorgeous color combinations, if nothing else. And until then, I'll see you in about 6 minutes at May's stream. Sorry I left it so short, May. Bye, everybody.